Hey everybody, it's Adam from Wargaming, and today I am here in the studio showing off some really cool MDF stuff from Tectonic Craft Studios. So I was just down at LVO cruising around at all the vendor booths, and I came across Tectonic Craft Studios. I walked right up to the booth and I said, "Hey, what's up? My name's Adam." And the other dude said, "Hey, what's up? I'm Tectonic Dan." And he was such a nice guy. He was super fun to hang out with, and I was in a big rush because I only had like 15 minutes to cruise all of the vendor booths. And so, I mean, it was unfortunate, but man, this guy was super helpful. He got me what I needed. He showed me some really cool stuff, and was super nice about it. And we hit it off right away. So it was a good time. Now he's got tons of terrain, gaming accessories. The stuff I'm going to show you today is like the little unit movement trays or regiment bases, whatever you want to call it. And I got some measuring gauges that do some cool tricks. So can't wait to show you guys those. Yeah, let's just jump in and check them out. All right, so here they are. We got these MDF regiment / movement trays, and they're very cool. They're just like 2 layers of wood glued together, and you have nice circle bases for your models to slot into. Now you may wonder, what the heck would you do with this? Now, if you had a bunch of 25 mil guardsmen, this would be super, super practical. But not just for that, not just for horde armies. It is indeed very, very, very practical for horde armies. But what I found is at the LVO, you are on a chess clock, which actually is a great way to play 40K because it makes you hustle, think, and make decisions. And it also divides the time evenly between the 2 players so that you never feel like you're getting slow played. It is a great way to play 40K. Now, the thing with the chess clocks is your deployment is on the chess clock. So instead of grabbing handfuls of model or grabbing them one at a time off your display board and throwing them down on the table, you can grab 5 guys at once, move them over onto the table, and put them down, right? Like, it is super easy to grab little units of infantry. And so it's even practical for things like Space Marines, which is like what I'm showing you right here. And then for even possibly turn 1, being able to move them really simply just by going boop, fabulous, and there you go, and then move. You're gonna save yourself in your first turn and deployment. You're gonna save yourself minutes off the clock, and let me tell you, sometimes those games come right down to the wire and you need every second. And so this is a very, very, very practical way to move your miniatures around the board, and it was, in my opinion, it's worth every penny. On top of the fact that when you hobby these up a little bit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue down sand to all this flat part on top and paint it to match my bases, and I'm going to spray them all black, right, so that the bottoms and the tops are all black, and then sand and paint it so that it matches my bases. And so on top of the fact that it's going to look real slick on my display board with them all ranked up in little units together on these things. Very cool, very practical. I am a big fan of these, and I'm very excited to use them. Now, what I think I'll probably likely use them for is my Ideneth Deepkin. So I'll probably paint them to match those bases to start, and then I'll just keep getting more and update all of my armies to be on these little movement trays. So very excited about that. I hope you guys are too. And I have more things to show you about how cool these things can get, so stay tuned. All right, so here's another variation. This one is actually different than this guy. So it's like it's got a lower profile, and every model is standing base to base, which is really neat. So if you want them to be slightly less profile, there you go. This is the style of movement tray for you. Every single model in this tray is base to base with each other. If your army has to play by those types of rules or something to gain other benefits, then there you go. Now they're all base to base, right? And so you can just line up on these. And there's still enough room to do some sand and flock to have them all match as well. So that's a cool little alternative. Now I want to show you yet another thing. Stay tuned. Boom, let's upgrade it to a 10-man squad, all base to base, ranked 3 deep. So there you go. Nice, easy way to move 10 Space Marines quickly from your display board onto the gaming table. Now here is a cool way to not have that thick wide rim around the edge, because I think people can get a little bit thrown off when they see that wide rim around there, and they'd be worried that people might try and get base to base with this movement tray instead of their actual model. And here's a solution for that. So now every model, the exterior of its base is around the edge. You can still sand and flock this so that it matches the theme and basing of your army. If you are into the aesthetics and the hobby as much as I am, everything's got to match. Everything's got to look like it's not out of nowhere. And so here you go. Now it fits in. Now it matches. Now it's perfect. And check this out. So I get to consolidate. Oh, check that out. Boom. Now I can consolidate with precision, accuracy right there. Boom. 2 inches. Too easy. Right? Or 1 inch. Whatever you have to do. Age of Sigmar, 40K, doesn't matter, right? So there you go. So there is a little consolidate, right? Nice and easy. And those ones just slip together like that. So very good for like orcs, stuff that does have to move around a lot, and it is a ton of models. You can consolidate on top of each other, but still push them around and move them as one very easily. So there you go. That's another cool little trick from Tectonic Dan over at Tectonic Craft Studios. And the fun doesn't stop. Stay tuned for what's next. All right, so here I have 2 units facing off against each other. We have this unit of intercessors and this unit of hellblasters. Now, what some people might get tripped up by is wanting to be like 2 inches or 1 inch away from somebody, and they're worried about the edge of this thing. Well, let me show you this fun little 2-inch measuring gauge that actually measures and takes into account the lip of this thing. So you can use it to do unit coherency, right? Boom, 2 inches base to base, exactly, right? Or in like Age of Sigmar, if somebody has a 2-inch engagement zone, boom, perfect. That takes care of the problem right there. So base to base, exactly. It's a great little tool, great little gaming accessory. You also got the 1 inch there just for funsies, right? If you're in a 1 inch engagement zone or whatever, super handy, and will definitely make your gaming on these movement trays much easier. So if you're gonna get into this, may as well get this funky little gauge. And guess what? I got more for you. All right, and last but not least, we have the catch-all measuring gauges. So here they are. We got a 6, 4, 1, and 2.5. So for 40K, this is perfect, right? So Space Marine moves 6, too easy, right? You got to keep 2-inch unit coherency, right? So if you really want to screen something out, boom, there's your 2 inches. Let's do this one. Boom, there's your 2 inches. Boom, there's your 2 inches. You got to make yourself big, right? You got to stop those deep strikers from coming in. Boom, there's my another 2 inches. All right, so there we go. I've covered the zone perfectly. I'm exactly 2 inches apart thanks to this handy little gauge. For War Machine, if you're wondering if you're for what's it called? Age of Sigmar, there's your 1/2 inch engagement zone, as well as on this little guy, right? So for that, it's like, oh, did I make the 1/2 inch? Yes, you did. You're exactly 1/2 inch. Perfect. For 40K, it's 1 inch, right? So I got this Hellblaster. Let's get him up in the middle of the camera. I got this Hellblaster fighting off against this Intercessor. Did I get within 1 inch? Boom. Yes, I did. Now I can fight. Too easy. Right? I got a pile and move. Well, there's your 3-inch gauge. Right? Too easy. And there you go. So that's super handy. Definitely everything you need. For Infinity, things tend to move 4 inches. So that's your 4-inch side. And then this guy also has the 3-inch, 1/2 inch, 2-inch, 1 inch as well, if you just want catch all in one. Sometimes it's hard to get like into the models, which is why I like the little gauge. And let me show you one last trick. All right, so we got the intercessors. They're screening out, right? Screening out like this, and now we got to measure 9 inches, right? And so what we do is we take that's 6. Boom. These two gauges come together to form a perfect 9. So we'll zoom out just a little bit. And now my Hellblasters can deep strike in with confidence, knowing I'm exactly 9 inches away. Shift this over, make sure, boom. Let's get it exactly 9 inches away. Too easy. So now I've perfectly deep struck thanks to the combination of the short and the long gauge. So there you go. Make sure you grab that set, because that is everything you need to play 40K Age of Sigmar right there, nice and easy. Now, if I were a hobbying man, I would take this and paint it to match my army, which you totally could do. So you paint all of this stuff to match, which would be really, really fun and handy. So there you go. That's all the cool little tricks, cool little accessories I got for you. Let's do a wrap up. And so there you have it. We got the regiment movement trays with all sorts of various designs and cool accessories. Guys, they have, I just showed you a bunch of 32 mil stuff because that's all I was buying for, but they have them make 40 mil bases. They just came out with a new set for Imperial Guard sniper bases. They have just all sorts of cool stuff. I mean, you got like 40 mil bases spread 2 inches apart, like every single combination you can imagine. This guy is just pumping them out, and so well done. Very, very, very cool. You see those measuring gauges, the tool, so that you don't get tripped up with people charging your movement tray to movement tray. You can actually still go base to base with the little 2-inch extra gauge there, and just very, very cool stuff. Very creative. Guys, you got to go online, check out his terrain and other gaming accessories too, because there's some really neat stuff. And he's just a really great guy, and so be neat to support him. So guys, if you like that video, jump down there, hit subscribe. If you really like that video, you can continue to support us here at the channel so we can bring cool products to the table to show you. So go down to the video description below and become a patron of the channel today. For as little as $1 a video, you can support everything we do here at the channel. We just got cool Encounter Wargaming dice, so we're going to be sending out to all of our $2 patrons. For being a patron for a year, they get free swag, and you could too. The last thing you could do is get one of these cool Encounter Wargaming t-shirts. I got my baseball shirt on. We also got regular black t-shirts on Spreadshirt, and so boom, everything goes to support us here at Encounter Wargaming. Guys, it was super fun hanging out with you guys. Hope to see you again soon at our next encounter.
Like a monkey in a rocket on his way back home. Okay.